Thanks so much to Michael and Sophie. Amazing to see Sophie taking the first steps though, isn't it?
All good news.
So we're joined now by Mark Pollock. Mark, lovely to have you with us. So what happened to you then? How have you become paralysed?
4 years ago I fell from a second-storey window in the place I was staying in England and landed on the concrete below, fractured my skull, bleeds in the brain, massive internal injuries, and I broke my back in 2 parts and damaged the spine in 2 parts, so I can't feel or move anything from my stomach down.
Gosh. And your ecoskeleton system is very different to what we saw in the film there with Sophie. So just explain then how yours works.
So, look, there are a whole number of exoskeletons, and I haven't tested the one that Sophie was in. But as far as I can tell, the big difference is that Sophie doesn't need to use crutches. She can use her hands and move around inside. My device is much more unstable, and I'm more excited about the instability, because being unstable, like when you walk, it's not really stable, and your nervous system's challenged, and how your balance works is challenged, because a cure for paralysis, which I'm interested in, is not just going to be one device. It's going to be a cocktail of cures, robots, drugs, neuroscience, biology, physical exercise, and a whole host of electrical stimulation, a whole host of things to produce victories over paralysis.
Okay, and Chris said earlier you've taken 400,000 steps so far, but what did the very first step feel like then, Mark?
Nerve-wracking. I was in America. There were 3 physiotherapists, a harness going to the ceiling. I was actually using a walking frame, and the physios were controlling it at that time. So I strapped into the device, held on to the harness. They pressed a button. I leant forward. The motors at the knees, hips pushed me up into the standing position, and just that movement alone, after being sitting down or lying down for nearly 2 years, was so exciting. It was like crossing the finish line in any race I'd ever done. And then I got on to walking, and that was a blast. That was all of the adrenaline rushes that I've ever had. And the way it works is there are sensors in the feet, and when I move onto the left leg and forward, the right leg knows to take a step onto the right leg and forward. The left leg knows to take a step with the motors at the knees and hips, the computer on the back, the battery packs, and these things are first generation, like the first generation mobile phone.
Mark, will you do us a favour? When you take your 1,000,000th step, will you come back?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be soon, because I'm getting quicker and quicker.
All right. Even if it's Monday, you feel free, and we're going to have the biggest party. Okay, give him a round of applause, please.